Was it a good Celtics win or a bad Bucks loss? Oh, we're here now, huh? You thought you had me in the corner. Look at Wiley.
It was a bad loss, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It was a terrible loss, y'all. Celtics, congrats. But it was a terrible loss for the Bucks. So there are good losses. There are okay losses. There are losses you will accept.
Yeah.
And there are terrible losses like what happened last night for the Bucks. Now, why was that loss so bad for the Bucks? Not because they were up by 7 in the fourth quarter and ended up losing by 8. That's not why it was so bad. Why was the loss so bad for the Bucks? Not because Jrue Holiday still has not gotten out of his shooting slump and his shooting woes. Why was the loss so bad for the Bucks? Not even because Al Horford turned back the hands of time and had a playoff career high. The loss was so bad for the Bucks because of what it did to Giannis.
I'm listening.
What do I mean? Y'all have to remember here, Giannis always works smarter and not harder, but at times he'll do both. He'll work smart and he'll work hard. But what happened yesterday? Yesterday, for the first time in Giannis's playoffs this year, he worked dumb and hard.
Ooh.
Think about it, Sal.
Strong word.
Giannis shot 32 field goals yesterday. He attempted 32 field goals. It is a career high attempts for Giannis. Not just playoff high, a career high. Most field goal attempts in a game, 32. Do you all realize the energy that Giannis expended last night in a loss? Think about how many minutes Giannis played last night, 41. But on average, Giannis is only playing 36. In the playoffs, he's playing 35. So Giannis played more minutes than he plays. Giannis shot more shots than he shot, and he took a loss. I don't mind taking body shot after body shot after body shot if I knock you out. But I can't go down with body shots and get knocked out myself. Whew, this one hurt me, Sel, because I'm okay letting the Celtics take chunks of flesh out of the Bucks, take chunks of flesh out of Giannis if Giannis wins. But you can't take chunks of flesh out of me and I catch an L in the game. This was not just a loss. This is not just a normal run-of-the-mill loss. This was a terrible loss. I equate this loss to the Brooklyn Nets loss to the Celtics, game 1.
Okay.
Round 1.
Buzzer beater?
We're buzzer beater. Where the Nets did everything right. Kyrie drops 39 points, expends all of his energy, gives you the best game of his postseason, and then they lose at the end. That was not just any loss. That was a monumental, devastating, series-shifting loss. I don't think this will be a series-shifting loss, because y'all know I'm all about the Bucks, baby. But this loss hurt.
It should hurt. I understand why you went with the Bucks loss, and it was a bad Bucks loss, because you guys lost Chris Middleton for this series. But I want you to understand, on the other side, you can see a great Celtics win, and I'm about to highlight why this was a great, not good, great Celtics win. The Celtics go as Jayson Tatum goes. You talked about it yesterday, but in a different way. The compliment was a little backhanded, but basically, if Jayson Tatum's out there doing what Jayson Tatum can do, because he's not a good player, he's a great player, then the Celtics should win this series. We see it from Jayson Tatum. In wins, he averages 30 points a game, shoots 46%, 41 from 3. In losses, 15 points a game, 27 from the field, and 27 from 3. That's it. You know, in football, and people are like, it's not that simple. Yes, it is. In football, when coach walks in the locker room, what does he say? I don't even care to watch this game. I don't need to see all 60 minutes. You show me one statistic, and I'll tell you who won that ball game. What's that statistic?
Turnovers.
Turnovers, baby. Well, with the Boston Celtics, no 4-leaf clovers. All they got to do is see if Jayson Tatum's on his game or if he's not on his game. But to add to my point, let's talk about your boy Giannis, who is the best player on this planet right now. I'll give you that. I'll give you that right now. Kevin Durant somewhere chilling, buying up companies and soccer teams. Okay, guess what? You're not playing basketball, you're going to lose to Giannis. Giannis' field goals attempts is going up every single game this series. You know what that means? Subconsciously, he's starting to think, I got to do more. I got to do too much. I don't have Chris Middleton. And Giannis, as great as he is, no NBA great signs up to do it by themselves if they want it to be a winning outcome. So that's where we are in this series. When Jayson Tatum's on his game, he's on the best defensive team, and he's on a better, balanced, deeper team going against Giannis, who's the best player on this planet, who was just sticking a finger out there. His second scorer is random every single game. He's sticking a finger at a closed fist. You know how that always plays out. A team like the Boston Celtics, that especially is a two-way team with Jayson Tatum on top, is going to end up winning this series.
Man, the thing about me, as it pertains to Giannis, Giannis can never do too much to me in this series because he has to do whatever it takes to get it done. So there's no doing too much. However, there is doing it right.
Okay.
And what I hate is if you go catch an L, make sure you're cognizant of how you take this L because it's a series, 7-game series. First team to win 4 takes it all. So you cannot expend all your energy in defeat. Sal, if you are running a track meet, and you know at the end of the day, it's not about winning the prelims. It's not about winning the semifinals. It's about winning the finals. So what you know, win in advance. That's what they tell you in track.
Yep.
Early rounds, just win in advance. Don't expend all your energy. Just do enough to win. It's the same thing in basketball with Giannis. Do not expend all your energy. Do enough to win. But when you do expend all your energy, make sure you win. You can't expend all your energy and lose.
Great point.
I think the best way to see it, Sel, is in kind of a breakdown quadrant form. Let's throw that up there because I was looking at it. What's the best way to break this down for the viewers? Top right, you don't expend a ton of energy and you win. Plus.
Fancy.
Bottom right, not the worst thing in the world. You expend a lot of energy, but you still take a dub. Top left, don't expend a ton of energy and you lose. Where Giannis found himself is in the worst possible quadrant. Expend a ton of energy and you lose. You don't ever want to be there. That's the quadrant Russell Westbrook typically finds himself in, particularly this year for the Lakers. Expending a ton of energy and you lose. Giannis never finds himself in that quadrant. Realize Giannis only averaged roughly 33 minutes a game, I believe, this year, and he still had 30 points per game. Giannis always finds himself top right. Little energy, positive performance. But yesterday, for the first time, a lot of energy, negative performance. We don't need a full screen no more. That's why, to me, Sel, this one hurt, man. This one, like...
Why is it hurt? Tell the truth. Why is it hurt? Because you know it's a deeper meaning. You know this one cut deeper because this one means more.
No.
It's over.
This one hurt for this reason.
It's over.
I hated seeing... Like, I know the Bucks are going to lose some games. I know they are. But when you lose, get blown out. Remember, the Bucks lost, I believe the Bucks got smacked.
Why is that good?
Because remember when the Bucks got smacked earlier, they lose by, 13, 20 points, and Jaylen Brown had a field day.
Okay.
I'm like, thank God. Jaylen Brown, when you ball, and dismantle the Bucks. The worst possible loss that we've seen all playoffs is the loss that the Nets had to the Bucks. Because, Kyrie, you did all of that for nothing. It's like...
Well, he got nothing from KD as well.
Sure.
So that wasn't the worst loss because Kyrie's thinking KD going to be back game 2, and then it wasn't there.
But here's the problem.
Okay.
Even when KD finally did come back, and in my mind, KD didn't really come back till game 4.
Yeah,
but even
exactly.
when KD finally did come back, Kyrie knows I'm not going to be able to do this every single time. So when I do this, it's got to count. When Giannis drops 34 and 18, it has to count. It has to be a dub. Giannis cannot drop 34 and 18 in a losing effort because Giannis can't do this every time. Remember game 1 or game 2 where Giannis only had 24 points? Like, Giannis realizes, at least I realize, not every game for Giannis is going to be a 34-point performance because it's not sustainable. Marcellus kind of sprinkled it, but I'm going to drop the hammer home.
What's that?
First game, Giannis, 25 shots. Second game, Giannis, 27 shots. Third game, Giannis, 30 shots. Fourth game, Giannis, 32 shots. It is not sustainable for any human being. Eventually, he gonna get tired. I knew he was gonna get tired, but I figured he would get tired and win. What he cannot do is get tired and lose because Middleton ain't coming back this series.
That's the thing. That's why it cut deep. I understand that you don't want to fully absorb this loss because you still believe in this team. They are talented, but they are depleted. Not only in Chris Middleton's and his absence, but let's just be real about it. Giannis is starting to feel it a little bit. Let's go back to the first series where they advanced, obviously. Giannis was averaging 17 shots a game and shooting 57%. Go Giannis. This series, averaging 29 shots. 29 average. with a 44 shooting percentage. It's coming down, bro. This is what happens when you got to do too much. This is what happens when you're like, I got to be the one. I got to be perfect. Everything has to come through me. Let's take this home. Let's personalize this. I wasn't in the streets. I wasn't a violent cat. You know me, I'm still scary. If you want to fight me, you're fighting yourself because I'm out. However, I remember there was violence around. And remember the days when cats used to have like 22s. They used to always talk about these 22s, like 6 bullets, 22s. Pop, pop, pop. And then one day, all of a sudden, automatic weapons hit the streets, right? Then it all of a sudden changed the dynamic. It went from you better know what you're aiming at to just kind of know where they are and just spray and somebody gonna get hit. The Boston Celtics have an Uzi. They got a machine gun. They have automatic weapons. They got Tatum. Oh, okay, well. Oh, we got Jaylen Brown. Oh, okay. We got Al Horford. Oh, okay. And then y'all just got Giannis. He has to be perfect. And he knows that. And the weight of knowing that is starting to make him do too much, and now he's getting a lesser result. It's going to add up to what Giannis is going to fight, scratch and claw, and find himself short.
Sal, is he doing too much, or is he just doing what it takes? It's almost like when you get the stick at the end of the relay race, there is no doing too much. It's just win. By any means necessary, I just need you to win.
We talking mile relay or sprint relay?
Either way.
Well, no, because in the mile relay, you can try to do too much. You got a deficit. You're down 30. You're down 30 meters, and you take off to try to make up the 30 right now. Okay, you ever seen that? And then you catch up to him on the curve, and you're like, you shouldn't be running on the outside of him in the curve. Then you get to the straightaway. You ain't got nothing left. That's what's going to happen against the Boston Celtics. There are too many weapons, offensively and defensively.
But, Sal, it's win or go home. So if you're Giannis, he cannot afford to only shoot 20 shots last night, particularly when Jrue Holiday is still off, only giving you 16 points. So I think that Giannis is like, yo, I have no other option. It's all me. Like, Jrue ain't giving me nothing. I can't really depend on Lopez. What, you want me to depend on Matthews? Giannis is like, it is all me. First game, 25 points. I got it done.
Yeah,
Second, 25 shot attempts. Okay, I got it done. Second game, 27 shot attempts. That still ain't get it done. Third game, 30 shot attempts, and that barely got it done. Now I had to up the ante even more, and it didn't get it done. Giannis is trying to sit here and calibrate what is it going to take. He's learning how to fly the plane while in the air, and I think that's the dilemma. It's just a matter of, can Giannis find a way to do it in spite of all the heat that the Celtics come with?
Man, I got 2 examples. Let's stick to track because we're talking track. In the shortest race possible, the 100 meters, right? Unless we're talking indoor 60. 100 meters, you still don't run that top speed the whole way. You have to learn an acceleration phase, and then you also have to control how you finish that race because you're not accelerating anymore, right? Let's take it to our favorite race, the 400 meters, it seems like. There's a coast phase where that means I am looking like I'm trying my hardest, but in reality, I am resting in this moment to save something for later. All I'm saying is, to bring it back home to us and to really personalize in football, as I'm coaching 6-year-olds right now, I tell them, I don't care how big you are. I don't care how fast you are. I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how gifted you are. You know what I learned the most from football? There's a way to do everything. And if you don't approach it with the mindset that this is a certain series that I'm undermanned, they have more talent because they have more guys that are talented than us right now, I got to approach this race differently. Giannis is running like we used to run in front of the house. Light pole to light pole, bone out, as they should say. I'm just boning out. That's fine. But you're starting to see the results not adding up as much as they should.